For the function f of x equals the square root of the quantity 5 minus x, find the following function values: a, f of 4, b, f of negative 3, c, f of 5.7. So we'll start with part A right here, which says select the correct choice below, and if necessary, fill in the answer box to complete your choice. So let's go ahead and find f of 4. Now, obviously, when I'm talking about f of 4, what I want to do is I want to take this x value of 4 and I'm going to put it into the function, the square root of 5 minus x, and that becomes 5 minus 4, and we note that 5 minus 4 underneath the radical is equal to 1, so I have the square root of 1, which is equal to 1. So in MyMathLab, I will go ahead and click this radio button and I will fill in the value for 1. The next one that we're going to look at will be select part B right here, which is going to say that we want to select the correct choice below, and then if necessary, fill in the answer box to complete your choice. So we're trying to find f of negative 3. So once again, we're going to go ahead and do f of negative 3, and that will be equal to the square root of 5 minus, and now I'm going to enclose this in parentheses so that I do not lose the negative sign, because that is the single biggest mistake that algebra students will make, is to either put a negative sign where it doesn't belong or bring one in or lose one when they're doing the problem. So this becomes the square root of 8. Now remember, right here it says simplify your answer. Type an exact answer using radicals as needed. So the square root of 8 can be simply broken down into the square root of 4 times 2 underneath the radical, which is equal to the square root of 4 times the square root of 2. The square root of 4, we know that that is going to be equal to 2, and so we'll go ahead and write that as 2, and then the square root of 2 is going to be the same thing, so we end up with 2 square root of 2. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and click the radio button for A, and we'll write this in simplified form using radicals 2 square root of 2. Then finally, the last one is going to be select the choice below, and then if necessary, fill in the answer box to complete your choice. So we're going to be finding f of 5.7. Okay, so we're going to do f of 5.7, which when I go ahead and write this out, it's going to be the square root of 5 minus 5.7, which means underneath the radical now I'm going to have the expression the square root of negative 0.7. And in this particular case, I can't take the square root of a negative number and get a real number answer, so this does not exist. Or, as the textbook or MyMathLab would say, f of 5.7 is undefined. And since it's undefined, I'm going to click the second radio button underneath this and highlight this, and then I'll submit my answers. And that's how this setup is done.